So I did actually try to come up with a deck for Anafenza, the Kin Tree Spirit. And one of the things I tried to go with idea is it's creatures that benefit from the bolster. Now, I didn't have the uncommons for the deck design, so I didn't include them in this because I don't have any of the Outlast cards. Because like I said, I don't have any of the Outlast cards, which I think would actually synergize really well with this. So I don't have the Bondkin, the Falconer, or the Battle Priest. If I had these, I would toss them in here. Because those, I think, would be definitely game-breaking, powerful type of cards for this deck. Some of the cards that I did try to include that went with the +1/+1 counter theme. Now, the only reason why I'm choosing Dueling Coach for this is because it's the alchemified version. Because this, instead of costing 5 to tap to activate, only costs 1 to activate. But when it enters the battlefield, you can put 2 +1/+1 counters distributed among the creatures you control. But it also makes it so we can tap it +1, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's really, it's kind of mid on power level overall, but I figured that it was a fun, like, synergy card for the deck. But other cards that, like, were ones I went with that actually really fit the theme were, like, I had the Siege Veterans in here. I had the Unbreakable Formations, so that way you can protect your board, or even go with a +1/+1 counter attack with creatures that were indestructible and vigilant. There was the Boss Kets. Try to find, like, one of the other cards that were strong synergies. Like, Adanto Vanguard works really well with this, because it will come into play, get the +1/+1 counter, and then become, instead of a, like, 3/1 attacker that you can always pay 4 life to give indestructible, it becomes like a 4/2. And then if you get it to more counters on it, it becomes even more difficult for your opponent to really want to block that. But there's also some other just really solid cards, like Charming Prince allows you to enter the battlefield, and then you can flicker one of your cards, exile the battlefield, and then have it return at the end step. So that way you get more bolster triggers. There's the Eidolon of Obstruction, which kind of taxes opponents' ability to activate the Planeswalker functions. But because it's a first striker, it's also hard for opponents to block, as it builds up counters on it. There's the Illuminator Virtuoso idea, because even if you're not always putting +1/+1 counters on it with each bolster, just being able to dump a +1/+1 counter every so often does make it a very hard threat for people to want to deal with. Because you can think of it as, like, if you go turn 2 Anafenza, turn 2 Illuminator Virtuoso, Virtuoso is already now a 2/2 double striker. So it's hard to handle. The Invasion of Gabakhan, I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce that place, but it's a very solid spell for supporting the deck. Oh, another card actually was a big card for this, was Bossry's Lieutenant. This is a protection for multicolored card, but when it enters the battlefield, you get to place a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. So usually you target itself, because the bolster will let you put it on other creatures. I haven't tried the deck yet, I just simply made it so far. I wanted to really try the deck after I got the Outlast cards in it, which is also why I put the note here, it's just a work in progress. But as I was saying, though, about the Bossry's Lieutenant, when this dies, or another creature you control dies, if it has a +1/+1 counter, you get the 2/2 Night tokens. So it helps give you a little board wipe protection or spot removal protection by at least replacing the cards with tokens. So, but I also threw in, like, the new Boonbringer Angel, so that we have the backup. You have that flying first strike lifelink swing. The only sweeper I have in the deck is the Cleansing Nova, because you can either board wipe the creatures, or you can destroy all the artifacts and enchantments. It's really nice being able to choose to either do one or the other. Oh, and I also have the Sarah Redeemer in the deck, because a lot of the cards only have, like, 2 power in them. So whenever you have a lot of the creatures enter the battlefield, they'll be able to immediately start larger, or you can have them start if it's only got, like, one, it's like one of the 1/1s. You can have it start small, so that we can, like, choose to, like, bolster first to the 1/1, and then have Redeemer give it the +2/+2 counters. But if you have to remember that if your creature already has 2 power, you don't want to bolster to it first, because then it will have 3 or more power. So you want to make sure you stack your triggers as necessary. And I'm definitely going to keep this. Let's see, you're actually going to try out the new unicorn. This is just such a bomb open because we started with this 1-drop. You feel like End of Festivities was cutting some mono reds? Well, I know not every mono red is running End of Festivities right now, but a number of them still keep using it because of how powerful the it is just to take out all the tokens from token decks. But the if you use Mech Warfare, it definitely helps you get there further on damage. And keeps the board clear for your attacks. Now, I know some of them aren't using it because they're going more big red. Alchemy card, I have to read this. When it enters the battlefield, create a card in your hand. A creature cards in your hand perpetually gain when this creature enters the battlefield. Get the 1/1 green white citizen creature token. Okay. Let's go for the Monk of Saloon. Hit that with the Exile. And we are going to bolster to Anafenza. Let's see, Draco, you see, I see a lot of Phoenix lately, which is weird because it doesn't seem busted. Well, the reason why Phoenix is really good is a lot of the decks go with the idea that they're using Burn to Face. And you can go Burn to Face, pay an extra mana, add back the Phoenix. And it actually is a really good card. Unfortunately, this is not doing much over here for me here. I hit no creatures for my draw that I want to play. Okay. And what shall be your blocks? Interesting choice. I guess I will choose a human and a non-human. Human there, non-human there. A +1/+1 and indestructible. Your turn. To be honest, I actually wasted that. I should just let you destroy that. And then just played it back out for my turn since I didn't really have any other play. Hey, Kunst, how you doing? I see you there. Stomping away. Alright. The Marshal. And the battle for... I cannot pronounce it. Bridegard. Alright, so you create a human, then you create an elf, and then you create a token copy of all tokens that you control. That have different names. Well, I'm going to use Sunder the Gateway, and I'm going to blow up your Saga. Here, I might as well try out one of the new cards here. I'll swing in for the 3. And pass it back. The thing is, I can never bring myself to run the Marshal in a Brawl deck unless I'm doing super aggro. And this commander here is not a super aggro commander. This is a you gain life commander. See. Alright. Paladin. I'll go ahead and activate. Let's go ahead and hit a chop down. play the Giant Killer. And we're going to go ahead and put the counter on the Incubator token. We'll attack here. That's an interesting card for creature that becomes copies with different names. But then again, maybe no tokens do that only permanents. Wait. That's an interesting card for creatures that becomes copies with different names. Which card are we talking about there, Draco? I'm not entirely sure which one. The Saga? Oh, this... Oh, okay. Because, yeah, if you create a token copy of something, and then you get the trigger on Battle for Bredegard, you will get a token copy of that. Yes, you are correct. Alright, let's play the Illuminator Virtuoso. It will bolster to itself. We'll play the Ullenbach Escort, which will bolster to itself. Ullenbach Escort is actually pretty useful to us because we will be able to sacrifice it to give any of our creatures indestructible that have a counter on it, but also give them lifelink. With Anafenza, it means that we typically always have something with a counter that we can protect. I was really hoping to get the one more mana so I could show off this card, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right. I don't like Johnny. He's pretty weak.
Be your pride, as it is mine.
Yep.
Excise the unworthy.
All right, so I'm going to go for a 3-bit Inspector. We'll get to Bolster. Counter on Illuminator Virtuoso. And I'm going to go Unbreakable Formation here. All my creatures have Vigilance, a +1/+1 counter, and Indestructible. We'll go to the face. Now, I know that I gave you a bit of life here. Yeah, the problem is that doesn't put counters on itself. Ooh, Voice of the Blessed. Nice. Yep, still had that counter for, or that effect from the Ropeline Attendant. Because alchemy cards are not very are pretty crazy. Yeah, so unfortunately that always has to go to the bottom of your deck. Wait, doesn't it? Is this a May? Oh yeah, I guess it's a May. Alright, now the question is, just simply, can I draw the land? I draw the tapped land. That is unfortunate. Let's see. So, I can do this to tap that. If that's the case, then I can attack in... And then you wouldn't be able to get... Then you could attack back. I'm just going to draw a card real quick. Okay. Your turn. Yeah, you can only do that once right now with the amount of land you have.
Every day
Yep, more alchemy
we'll
cards.
rally to our glorious
Enters battlefield, creatures you control perpetually gain. When this creature dies, shuffle it back into your library. Okay. You also get what? To investigate or something? Yeah. Alright, we'll tap that. That costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control, plus count on it. Creatures you spells you cast cost 1 less for. Oh, okay. You can distribute 2 counters. Alright, let's go ahead and play this. Use the backup feature. We will put a counter on Escort, because I'm going to sacrifice this. Counters from the Ozolith there. Combat, counters put here. Attack for 16. You almost recovered there, but the new backup mechanic on that card with Illuminated Virtuoso is such a powerful combination.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me while I stream, you can find me on Twitch, the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video and have a nice one.